This hour, two systems set to converge, forming a major nor'easter heading tonight. Up to 2 feet of snow in some places. Blizzard warnings up right now. Whiteout conditions and accidents in the Midwest. And thousands of flights canceled coast to coast already. Also breaking tonight, the new numbers just released. How many Americans will be uninsured under the new plan to replace Obamacare? 14 million more uninsured in the first year. New reaction to the report from the White House. The new and controversial video released from Ferguson late today, raising new questions about the police shooting of Michael Brown. The deadly encounter, the father of 6, police using a hose to blast him out of the vehicle. How this ends. And the consumer warning tonight, we've reported on hoverboards and fires. Tonight, authorities believing the first child to die, a 3-year-old, the family home up in flames.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and we begin tonight with a major nor'easter bearing down on much of the east. 2 powerful systems combining, and it's going to bring dangerous conditions, more than 2 feet of snow in some places and damaging winds. One of those systems combining forces already moving across the Midwest tonight, and the whole thing will barrel right up the coast. Blinding conditions on highways already, accidents stopping traffic right there on I-41 in Wisconsin. Some air travel grinding to a halt, de-icing this plane in Minneapolis. Thousands of flights canceled coast to coast at this hour. Schools closed tomorrow in Philly, New York, Boston, among others. Ginger Z with the track hour by hour, but first ABC's Alex Perez from Chicago.
Tonight, the time to prepare is running out. The Midwest getting the first taste of the soon-to-be massive late winter storm that will bury millions in the Northeast. Outside Milwaukee, up to a foot of snow brought car crashes, shutting down parts of both Interstate 41 and Interstate 43. This chain reaction wreck involving 3 semis and a dozen other vehicles. A blast of snow, Chicago's first since December, snarling the morning commute. That storm set to combine with another one in the Gulf and move up the East Coast as a powerful nor'easter that even the National Weather Service calls life-threatening. New York City schools and other large districts in the storm zone closed tomorrow.
This should be a very serious blizzard, one that everyone should take seriously.
As residents stock up on food and fuel all along the Northeast corridor.
I brought lunch meat, so I'm going to make plenty of sandwiches.
I'm low on gas, so I decided to fill up before.
Some 400 vehicles will be treating Philadelphia area roads. Our Rob Marciano is there.
The salt and plow trucks are backing up and loading up. This is part of a 50,000-ton stockpile of salt here in Philadelphia that they'll use to try to beat back this storm.
Amid fears of widespread power outages, brigades of utility trucks getting into position. In Belmar, New Jersey, heavy equipment building massive sand barriers to keep back the ocean.
Our 2 biggest concerns are the high tides, one in the morning on Tuesday and one in the evening.
Some 60 million now in the storm's path.
And Alex Perez is live tonight in Chicago. And Alex, more snow on the way there tonight?
That's right, David. Round 2 tonight, up to 6 inches, half a foot of lake effect snow expected across the Chicago area. All of this is the first significant snow we've had here in Chicago since December, but it's nothing compared to what's headed your way and the rest of the Northeast.
All right,
David?
Alex Perez leading us off. Alex, thank you. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z tracking this tonight and into tomorrow morning when this begins to really slam the east. And Ginger, you heard the New York City mayor there saying take this very seriously tonight, and you were telling us the models say the same thing.
As well we should. So right into the models we go, David. I want to bring you here because the crucial time starts in the next couple of hours, really. Those 2 lows that you see, snow already flying in Indiana and Ohio at this hour, well, they're going to combine, and that low gets absorbed. But I wanted to stop it at 7 a.m. This is such a big time. If people are going to try to drive, look at New York City. That's some of the heaviest banding there. Philadelphia, right on that rain-snow line. By 7 a.m., Washington, D.C. goes to a mix. So I actually think that coastal totals will be cut significantly because of that rain-snow mix. See Boston at 7 p.m. New York City's done with it. Philadelphia, just a couple wraparound showers. All of us through with it by early Wednesday. Now, here's the map everybody wants to see, the snow totals. This is the broad brush. I'd encourage you to go to your ABC local meteorologist, but check out some of the numbers. Very low, especially Virginia to the south along the coast, high in the Hudson Valley, northeast Pennsylvania. And don't forget, we're in a blizzard because of the wind. No matter what, you're going to see wind 35 plus up to 60.
And no matter how much snow falls, it's going to be a very dangerous mix indeed. All right, Ginger, you'll be tracking it through GMA. In the meantime, these merging storms Ginger speaks about, already a travel nightmare tonight. Thousands of flights canceled, and this is being felt coast to coast. ABC's David Curley at Reagan Airport in Washington.
The race to beat the storm is on tonight. From their seats in Chicago, passengers watching their planes de-iced.
I'm counting my lucky stars right now. Looks like I'm going to make it.
This is where you want to be.
But not everyone. Joe Flynn, a New Jersey first responder, has to be at work Wednesday, now thinking of driving home from Chicago.
I have to get home, whether I drive or get another flight. It doesn't matter. 1,500
flights canceled today. Hardest hit Chicago, helping spread the misery across the country. The red in FlightAware's map. New York cancellations contributing to the ripple effect, too. And that's just the beginning. With that storm moving into the East Coast tonight, United American and Southwest canceling all flights to New York airports. Boston, Philly, Baltimore, D.C. with few, if any, flights Tuesday. At least 6,000 flights already canceled. So bad, the president postponing his meeting with the German chancellor until later in the week.
David Curley with us live tonight. And David, I know they try to position planes out of the storm's path, as you have pointed out, so they can get up and running more quickly. But how long do we expect with this thing bearing down quickly?
A strategy to start flooding the planes in as soon as it's over. It's going to take a good part of Wednesday, if not longer, to get the system back up and running, David.
All right, big dose of patience out there at airports in the country. David, thank you. We turn now to the other breaking headline at this hour. Late today, the new analysis of the Republican health care plan to replace Obamacare. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office releasing new numbers tonight, and take a look. It finds that under the replacement plan, there would be 14 million more uninsured people next year than under Obamacare, and 24 million more uninsured a decade from now. As you can imagine, reaction swift tonight on Capitol Hill, Democrats pouncing, and the White House firing back, with millions of Americans insured right now under Obamacare, watching all of this very closely. ABC's Mary Bruce on the Hill.
Tonight, those numbers sending shockwaves through Capitol Hill.
Trump care would be a nightmare for the American people.
According to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, under the House Republican plan embraced by President Trump, 14 million fewer Americans will have insurance coverage next year compared to under Obamacare. Within a decade, the number of uninsured Americans will increase by 24 million. Emerging from the White House late today, the Secretary of Health and Human Services says he isn't buying it.
We disagree strenuously with the report that was put out.
Today's news is a blow to the president, who promised to provide insurance for everybody. A top advisor repeating that pledge this morning.
You said back in January right here on GMA that those who are relying on coverage will not lose it. That promise stands?
Yes, it does. But Republicans have been bracing for this.
So, of course, the CBO is going to say, if you're not going to force people to buy something they don't want to buy, they won't buy it.
Tonight, a growing number of Republicans are putting their foot down, saying this plan will not fly.
Do not walk the plank and vote for a bill that cannot pass the Senate and then have to face the consequences of that vote.
At town halls across the country, Republicans are getting a taste of the backlash. Near San Diego, Congressman Darrell Issa pelted with questions.
I have a yes or no question for you. When the Congressional Budget Office comes with its score on the bill that's before you now, the AHCA, if they say that millions of people will have higher costs and get kicked out of health care, will you vote against it?
Today, Issa went on TV and gave the bill a thumbs down.
Are you going to vote for the Speaker Ryan plan as it looks right now?
You know, I'm not prepared to vote for it as right now, and I think that's not because of a specific, this is unacceptable, but because I think we can do better.
The businessman president suggests the House plan is just an opening offer.
We're negotiating with everybody. It's a big, fat, beautiful negotiation.
Mary Bruce live with us from Capitol Hill again tonight. And Mary, House Speaker Paul Ryan saying he's actually encouraged by the CBO report tonight.
David, Republicans are welcoming some of these numbers, including the price tag. This report finds the GOP plan will save the government $337 billion over 10 years. That's due mostly to cuts in Medicaid and insurance subsidies. It also finds that premiums for some will go down over time. David?
Mary Bruce live on the Hill tonight. Mary, thank you. The other major story involving the White House tonight, where is the proof? A powerful congressional committee still waiting for proof of the president's claim that President Obama wiretapped his phones at Trump Tower before the election, asking the Justice Department to deliver evidence one way or the other by today. But tonight, no proof, even as word comes in from the Justice Department just a short time ago. So let's go live to ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega tonight. Cecilia, what are you learning? What is the Justice Department now saying?
Well, David, that deadline was today, but the Justice Department now in this late statement is asking for more time to determine what, if any, evidence exists of wiretapping.
9 days after President Trump accused President Obama of wiretapping him, there is still not one credible shred of evidence to back up that claim. The president himself asked 3 times today. No comment, but aides like Kellyanne Conway are talking. The counselor to the president first suggesting the alleged surveillance on her boss may have gone beyond wiretapping.
Do you know whether Trump Tower was wiretapped?
What I can say is there are many ways to surveil each other now, unfortunately.
Do you believe
there was an article this week that talked about how you can surveil someone through their phones, through their, certainly through their television sets, any number of different ways, and microwaves that turn into cameras, etc. So we know that that is just a fact of modern life.
But again, where's the proof?
Just to be clear, you're saying you have no evidence for these allegations.
No, of course I don't have any evidence for those allegations, and that answer has nothing to do with what the president said last week.
In today's White House briefing, Press Secretary Sean Spicer trying to walk back the wiretapping accusation altogether.
The president used the word wiretap in quotes to mean broadly surveillance and other activities. He literally had it in quotes. He said they were in quotes. It was referring to surveillance overall.
True, 2 tweets from the president put quotes around wiretap, but in others, nope, no quotes. And the president was clear. How low has President Obama gone to tap my phones during the very sacred election process? In another tweet, the president cites the fact that President Obama was tapping my phones.
This is a tweet from the president. Doesn't the president have an obligation?
And he does, and I think that we've made it very
the evidence clear.
Right, and we've made it very clear that we expect the House and the Senate Intelligence Committees to do their job.
It's not the first time the president has made an unfounded accusation and then ordered an investigation after the fact. Remember his claim that millions voted illegally in the election?
You say you're going to launch an investigation into this.
Done.
The White House says a task force has been formed, but no formal investigation yet.
All right, so let's get back to Cecilia live with us tonight on that breaking headline you mentioned moments ago. The bottom line, Cecilia, you say the Justice Department says they need more time to determine whether there is any proof at all?
That is exactly what they're saying late today, David, and that means that this unwelcome distraction will go on. Republicans like Speaker Paul Ryan say they can't control what the president tweets. They want to be focused on health care. David.
Cecilia Vega with the late developments from the White House. Cecilia, thank you. There is new unrest to report tonight in Ferguson, Missouri, after the release of new surveillance video showing Michael Brown the day he was fatally shot by Officer Darren Wilson back in 2014. That video shown in a new documentary film raising questions about whether he robbed a convenience store. But that convenience store claims the video was edited. And late today, the St. Louis prosecutor releasing the full unedited version. ABC's Steve Osunsami in Ferguson.
Different people are seeing different things tonight in this newly released video from this Ferguson convenience store. Keep your eye on the box of cigarellos. That's Michael Brown Jr. the night before he was killed in 2014 by a city police officer. A filmmaker and Brown's family says what he's doing here is trading the carton of smokes for marijuana. And they believe that he leaves the carton in the store, hoping to come get it later.
That's not stealing the store.
That interpretation matters because of this video that authorities released days after the shooting. The next morning, Brown is back at the store in what police have always described as a strong-arm robbery, his one hand grabbing the cigars, his other on the storekeeper's neck.
The picture they painted of my nephew was not right.
Tonight, the store is adamant they don't do layaway, and they've released the full video that they say shows there was no exchange for drugs.
He's going to start arguing with the clerk because the clerk's going to tell him, no, I'm not taking marijuana, get out of my store.
The prosecutor, who refused to charge Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson, agrees with the store.
The suggestion that he's coming back to pick up what he bartered for is just stupid.
Something that must be said. No matter what happened at this store behind me, it doesn't shed any new light on the confrontation that took place up the road between Michael Brown and Officer Darren Wilson. Legally, this changes nothing. David?
Steve Osunsami in Ferguson for us. Thank you, Steve. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Monday. The deadly encounter, the police takedown, and you'll see it unfold here. The father of 6. The violent confrontation in this minivan, authorities using a hose to force him out of the vehicle. Why police moved in and how this ends coming up. Also, the consumer warning tonight. We have reported here on hoverboards and fires. Tonight, authorities say the first child killed, a 3-year-old. The family home up in flames. And later tonight, America Strong, the flight attendant in need of a life-saving donation, and she finds her match in the cockpit. An incredible story right at the end here.
That's life. That's what people say. You're riding high in April and shot down in May.
That's